We will start in a seat. I am sitting up on a stack of blankets. I suggest that for you if your knees are higher up than your hip points. We want the low back to draw in and up. Lengthen up through the side body by pulling the armpits up toward the ears and then taking the head of the arm bones back. Let the eyes close, rest the hands on your knees, thighs, or stacked in your lap. Face is soft. So when we practice meditation, we bring our awareness to our breath. We have a dance with the breath. So our only job here is to keep your mind focused on your breathing. And anytime your mind wanders, you just bring the attention back to the breath. Mind wanders, focus on your breath. The inhale, the exhale. If your mind wanders, bring your attention back to your body, back to your breathing. Bones heavy like lead, and a little lightness up and out the crown of the head. Notice if your breathing gets stuck, maybe a certain thought comes in. Perhaps you quicken your breath or stop focusing on the inhale. We want to keep the breath going. Back to the moment and start to deepen your breath. Take in some sounds around you. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Inhale in. Exhale out. Good. Let the hands rest down. Open the eyes. Okay, you'll come off your blanket And just set those aside. And we'll come right to a forward fold. So what I've been doing lately with my folds is you could either take a blanket and just roll it, or if you have a firm bolster, that would work too. So we'll come up to standing, and then we will take the blanket right over the hips so it lays there. And then feet are hips width distance apart. Flare the toes nice and wide. And then you will take this blanket, keep pressing it in to the top of the hips so the back is nice and long and you're hinging at the hips, not the waist. And then from here, take the hands down to your mat, bolster, or block and let your head hang. So we're adding a little cushion for the abdomen, making sure we have plenty of space. Also adding a stretch in the backs of our legs, low back, and just let the torso hang out. Jaw soft. So we're adding a little compression here to the abdomen to help aid digestion. Inhale in, and then lion's breath. Stick out your tongue. Good. Let the blanket go, and you can come back into a downward facing dog. So plant the hands down, step your feet back. To get into the down dog, you can always start in plank. Spread fingers nice and wide. Wrists are just ahead of the shoulders a touch, and then lift the hips up. From here, take a little bend in the knees and shift your shoulders forward, maybe right above the wrists. Lift the armpits to the ears, lengthening through the side body, and then melt the heart. Draw the scapula together firm on your back. Now keep that strong strength in the arms. Move the hips back and up. Lift the tailbone a touch. And then you can look at your belly to fill up the waistline on the back body. This will provide you with a little core strength, but also widen the back of your pelvis. And then inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step your feet forward to the hands. Hands can be here on your blocks, of course. Okay, now keep the right foot down and step your left foot way back as if you're coming to a runner's lunge, like you're taking off at the track. Take the left heel down so that the pinky side edge of your back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. And then walk both hands inside your front foot. Push your booty way back along with this back leg and the back plane of your body. Square the front knee. And then from here, take your right hand outside the right foot. Maybe it comes to a block. Left hand, left hip. Keep your chest forward, bum back. Take a look at your navel and draw the sacrum down toward your back heel. From here, straighten the front knee and spin the left side chest up to the sky. And then if you want, you can take your left arm up. So we're opening up the front leg, like the hamstring. That's the back of the thighs. We're also making a lot of space and traction here through the spine. And then keep your chest pouring forward, bum back, and you can scoop your right sits bone underneath your right hip. Gaze can be up or down. Open the left side chest. Breathe. Keep drawing the feet toward each other. Good. Take your left hand down, lift your back heel, step the back foot up a little bit, and then all the way up, forward fold. Notice the difference between the sides. Take your right foot back, runner's lunge, back heel down. Both hands come inside your front foot, booty back, heart way forward. And then take your left hand outside the left foot. Keep sticking the chest forward and the bum back. Now spin the right side chest open. Straighten your front leg, maybe the hands on a block. Keep pressing down into the big toe mound of both feet, really, and flaring the toes. And then maybe the right arm reaches up. And then reach through the crown of the head, chest pours forward, scapula draws together down the back, and you're breathing. Creating a lot of space from the pelvis all the way, like lengthening up through the side body. And take your right hand down, lift your back heel, step your back foot up halfway, and then all the way. Come back to your fold. From here, bend the knees and come to a seat. So you could always sit on your blanket or blankets. And my teacher, Amy Ippoliti, taught me that it's really helpful to sit on like a triangle shape. So if you think of the shape of the sacrum, which is an upside down triangle, you can support that little spot. And we want the pelvis to always be tilting forward in our seat, as well as back bends and folds. So we can just prop our little sacrum up and then just kind of let the pelvis slide down. This will also keep the knees down on the mat. Now take your, let's do right leg nice and long. Take your left heel toward your left sits bone. So there is space between your legs. Right arm reaches around and wraps around the front of the shin, and then the left hand sneaks back. Now notice how your belly's doing. So you could take your left hand, grab the right side of the belly, and just help shift it over. So starting to add a little pressure to the organs, hoping that we can get things moving along. And then take your gaze back. And then unwind, gaze forward, and then switch. Left leg long, right heel toward right sits bone. And then you'll take the left arm, wrap it around the right shin, take your right hand back, lift up through the crown of the head. Maybe grab the belly and help twist it. take everything back forward. Lengthen out the right leg, come off of any props that you may have used, and then come all the way down to your back. So bring your feet down on the mat, knees up toward the sky, lengthen your legs out nice and long. Keep your left heel down and your right knee pulls in. Interlace the fingers around the shin. So when relieving pose here, this can help relieve gas. And bloating. You can just play with this right knee. Maybe you take it out more toward the right armpit. Or more toward the right side chest. And then just stay here. You can take your sits bones, roll them forward a little bit, making some space between the low back and your mat. This will bring a natural curve, natural alignment back into the spine. Good, and then take the right leg nice and long. And switch, so the left knee draws in, interlace the fingers. You can take the knee a little side to side first, and then slowly sneak it up toward the left armpit, or maybe left side chest. Keep a little lift on the low back. And then release the left leg. Good. From here, take both knees in toward the chest. Have your hands wrapped around the top of the knees, and then go ahead and take the knees toward the armpits. So you could grab onto the shins here, sway a little side to side. This could be your version of happy baby. Or you'll take the soles of the feet up toward the sky, flare the toes. You could grab behind the thighs even here. Or perhaps you grab the outside or inside of the feet, or inner arches of the feet, and pull the knees straight down. And then rock a little side to side. If there's one pose in yoga that I've heard gas passed in a yoga class, it's happy baby. And it just happens, you know. We are all human. Good. Slowly release the feet down, and then take your both knees in to the chest and over to the right for a twist. You still want to find space between the hip point and the rib cage, so you can take your left thumb and kind of press the hip forward, and then continue to draw the knees up toward the chest and bring back an arch into the low back. From here, we twist upper. Arms can be like a cactus or letter T. Take your gaze to the left, close your eyes. And then bring the knees back through center and over to the other side. Switch the gaze. You can take your right thumb to the top of the right hip and press it forward. And then roll back to your back. Draw the knees in. I highly, highly suggest Shavasana here. That will just continue to help you calm down your central nervous system, which helps the body relax and aids in digestion. If you want to close out with me, you'll grab behind the thighs, rock and roll, or get yourself up to your seat. And then once you're in your seat, close your eyes and let the hands rest Soften your jaw. Sits bones heavy, low back draws in and up. Draw your hands together in front of your heart space. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hopefully this practice helps things move a little bit better for you. I would say let me know, but I don't think I need to know that information. So hope you enjoyed the practice, hope it helped out, and I will see you next time on your mat.